Hi, I'm Daphne from Daps Makeup, here to give you the quick tea on luxury makeup, and today I'm so excited to talk about Suqqu Holiday. I hope you guys are having a great holiday season. It's been a crazy time for me. I feel like it tends to be crazy time for everybody. But I did want to squeeze in some time to talk about Suqqu. You guys already know, I love Suqqu. When I saw the holiday kits, I was like, they have to be mine. The minute I saw the promos, and I was scared, about it going sold out. So I actually had emailed, this time I actually emailed the essays at Selfridges to pre-order. So this time I actually pre-ordered, and it actually went really well. They responded back to me through email, took my information, and I was able to get both kits, and I also got there's a blush from the winter session that I was also having my eyes out, because anyway, if I spent 150 pounds, then I could get free shipping. I already wanted that blush anyway, so I added that blush number 144. I'm going to show you that as well. That way I got free shipping. And what was really nice as well, which came as a surprise when it came to me, they gave me this Suqqu bag, and it is actually really nice. And if you look closely, you can see the Suqqu name on it, and it's of a nice material, and it has two flap opening, two compartments to place things in. So this was a nice surprise that I got. It was my first time doing a pre-order, so I don't know if this is typical for them to do, to give some kind of extra little goodies, or if it's just for the holiday season, I don't know. But I was actually happy for the first time pre-ordering. This was really nice. But I know you want to see the eyeshadow quads, and I bet you probably also want to see the blush. So let me pull them out and we're gonna go over it together. Okay, so let's open up the first one. This is the one Rika. And I know you're saying there is a missing slot, and I'm gonna explain that. And it's the same for both of them. They both came with a cream blush, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I already knew going in what all I was really interested in was the eyeshadow quad and the eyeliners. But they're not sold separately. It was only in a kit. So I had no choice, even though I was not interested in the cream blush. Particularly because, not just because it's a cream blush or anything like that, but I had a feeling it wasn't going to work on my skin tone. I was exactly right. I know I don't have it to show you, but trust me. I did swatches and it disappeared on my skin. Just arm swatches. I didn't even bother doing it on my face, but it just disappeared on my skin. So I decided I was going to gift it away to my friends who are more of a fair skin tone, and I'm hoping that it'll work for them. But I already knew, even just from other reviews I saw from those who were fairer than me, that it wasn't going to work for me, and it was so right. So sorry, I'm not going to be able to show it to you, but I just want you to know, if you are of my skin tone or deeper, I will tell you off the bat, it's not going to work for you. Nada. If you're fair skin tone, there are other reviews. Check them out. See if it'll work for you. But I was so wanting the other two pieces. I was willing to eat that cost. All right. So, but the packaging is beautiful. I do appreciate the box that it came in. So that's beautiful. So this is the blue one. This is one. I'm just trying to hold it back. I was really especially excited if you know me, blue is my favorite color. I love blues and silvers, so this was definitely my type of color story. So loving this. And then I've always been kind of interested in trying Suqq's liquid eyeliners, and this was finally my opportunity. So I will show you swatches. I'll do some live swatches here right now, and I'll show you some pictures. Here's the light silver and the blue. Don't worry, I'll show a picture with better swatches, but I'll just do some quick swatches right here. And here's more of the gunmetal silver and the pinky tone. So these are beautiful colors for the winter time. And then the liquid eyeliner is this beautiful blue-gray liner. I love it. This is my kind of color story, and it's just the perfect wintertime eyeshadow. The first look that I created with this was just so ethereal. I've been really loving this palette, this whole kit. Okay, let me show you the purple one. Okay, got the purple one. By the way, I'm sorry, I have a new camera that I'm using, so I'm getting used to using this camera, so I know I keep looking at the viewfinder, so sorry if I'm not directing to you, or I have to get used to just angle and lighting and everything like that. So I apologize if this is not the best video because this is my first video using this camera, so bear with me as I learn how to better use this camera. But here is the purple one. I caught it. So the other one is Vika. This one is Hoshiyayuru. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, and I apologize for my horrible Japanese. All right, and here is the purple gold quad. All right, I'm just taking out the little brushes, which they actually have. For brushes wise, I always say this, but compared to other brands, if you gotta have, this is so soft and so nice. I'm not saying it's gonna replace, replace a real brush, but I actually do use these sometimes, which normally I don't ever use brushes that come in palettes. So here is this one, and like I said, I'll show you better swatches later. I'm just doing some quick dirty live swatches here. So here you go for this palette, and this is a unique color story, and I'm just taking out the eyeliner. And okay, here is the purple, and so this is a purple tone gray. So let's just go here before I get into all my thoughts on these two kits. Like I said, I will show you video using I'll show you demo video using the blue quad, a demo video using the purple quad. I'll show you a demo of me coming up with this look where I use both quads. This one, it was a fun one to do. And then if you've been following me on Instagram, I've been creating multiple looks with both quads. So I'll even show some other pictures of some other looks that I created with the palette. So I've been using this quite a bit. So this is not just like a one and done type of situation. I've used this quite a bit. So I'll really give you my honest opinion at the end. But before we do the demos, I got the blush to show you. I know it's not part of the holiday kit. This was actually from the winter collection. I skipped out on the winter collection just because, first and foremost, I knew I was about to buy both these kits. So I was like, let me not go too crazy. I don't need to buy 4 eyeshadow quads. Let's just stick to 2. And just these color stories just appealed to me more. So, but I always wanted the blush. So I figured I would wait until I got the kits to get this blush. So how gorgeous is this? This is just a beautiful pink. I'm just taking out the brush. I'll give you a dirty swatch right now. All right, I'm gonna put it down here. Here is the blush. It's a beautiful pink tone blush. And then I'm just going on the highlighter side, and this pairs well with it. And that's a pinky tone highlighter as well. So they pair well together. So I'll show you some nice pictures, swatches of all these demo videos, and then we're gonna come back together and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on everything. All right, see you in a minute. We're going to start with this whiter silvery shade on the inner third of my lid. Nice pretty sparkles to it. I'm going to flip my brush, and on the outer third I'm going to go into the blue. That's really pretty. That is really pretty. I'm going to put even a little bit more of the blue because I really like that a lot. do the same on the other side. It's really pretty. I'm going to use my fingers just to see if that enhances the shadows. Don't mind my nail polish. Okay, I think that's cute. Now we're going to go pink on the inner corner. Yeah, this pink is very icy. You can see the pink, but it's on the icier side, which is great for an inner corner. But at least on my skin tone, it comes off very icy. All right, I'm gonna see if I can pull off the darker silver, like the more gunmetal silver on the lower lash line. This might not work out, but let me just try. Okay, wait a second. You got a little something going on there. I'm gonna also use liner in a second, but I just wanted to see, to make sure that this would show up on my lower lash line. Okay, I did add Victoria Beckham's Ash Kajal Satin Liner on my waterline. I'm gonna go back again into the deeper silver shade using my new Suqqu G brush and just see if we kind of put that deep into my crease. And it's kind of nice. This is the new Suqqu G Builder S, if you're curious. You know, the ones with the wood handles. I've been loving this, not just with shimmers actually. I've been loving using this with matte shadows as well, this brush. Okay, I got the liquid eyeliner that came with this specific kit. I'm gonna try to see how this will work well, if this will show up on with this look. It does. These liners are light, but it does show up. It actually does. Yeah, that's nice, like a nice light blue. Sorry, trying to do this on camera. Not always the easiest. Should I try to wing it out? I don't know if I want the wing or not, but I do like this felt tip, just in terms of like, even if you don't like this color, I do like it, but just in terms of in terms of the formula, I actually do like it. It's nice, wet, nice tip, good grip to it, so that works well. Let me take off the ring light for a second just so you can see it in natural lighting. I'm gonna add some mascara and come right back. Okay, I added some mascara off camera. Let's see how this blush works with this look. So I'm going on the deep berry blush side. And this is pretty, and you know, the lighting might be washing things out, but I'll show you off camera without the lighting. And I'm gonna go on the highlighter side. How pretty is that? Bridge of my nose, just going to the T-zone, tip of my nose. All right, I've gone ahead and finished the look. If you're curious what's on the lips, it's also Suqqu. It is the Suqqu Comfort Lip Fluid Glow number 8. A nice cool tone, brown, you know, with a lip liner. But this is the final look. I think this is a very cute Ice Princess sparkly eye look. The blush is very cute as well. So I'm loving the whole look today. Alright, so I'm getting ready for a holiday party, and I thought this is a good time to use my Suqqu Quad number 132. This beauty right here. All right, so before I start using this, I'm gonna start working on my crease, and I figured this would be good to use as a primer. This is the Tone Touch Eyes 112, and so let's see how this works out. This is essentially my skin tone, which looks fine for me. I just want to have a nice neutral base to start off with. I am going to dip into a Natasha Denona matte just to set it. Okay, so I'm going to go into this gold shade here. So on my lids, I just have some mattes from Natasha Denona gold palette. So let's see how this gold shade looks on the lid. That is beautiful. You can see that. All right, I'm going to go on both sides. All right, so this is looking nice, this gold shade here. Beautiful. Okay. Next, I'm going to go into this silver shade here. All right, so I had used my Sonia G Builder M before. Now I'm going to use my Builder S for this shade right here. Let's see if I can, how much I can pick up on this. I'm going to go focus more on the inner corner and inner 1/3. So hopefully you can appreciate that. So just classic holiday colors, gold, silver. Okay. And then I'm gonna add this topper shade. I'm gonna put that on top of that. Just add a little bit more to emphasize the sparkle there. I hope you can appreciate that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the purple shade, and I'm gonna go in the bottom lash line. You can appreciate the pop of color with the purple. I love using a pop of color on the lower lash line. I think it's nice when you do a neutral, using neutrals on lids, to at least to give some areas of interest by putting a pop of color in the lower lash line. I'm also going to put it on the outer V just to kind of connect things from the bottom to the top. Now this purple, it's not necessarily the most pigmented purple, but it's giving just enough. So hopefully you can appreciate this. You know, I'll go off camera to just you know, blend things out and smooth things out. So I'll be right back. All right, so I hope the purple's really popping right now. I did add some purple mascara. It's a Shiseido mascara and a Chanel purple eyeliner Cassis in the waterline. But you can still really appreciate the purple from the eyeshadow, the gold, you know, the silver in the inner third. So this is looking beautiful. So now I'm going to use the eyeliner that came with the kit. And it's more of a purple tone. So sorry if I'm looking off camera. I'm looking at my eye finder, and hopefully I can do this on camera. Now this eyeliner, it's more of a grayish purple. So it's gonna be subtle to a degree, but you can still, hopefully this can focus, but I hope you could still appreciate the liner. I'm gonna go on this side as well. So as you can see, it's a purple tone gray. But I think against the gold, you can appreciate it. You know, if I had put the purple eyeshadow on top, this liner might have got lost. But against the gold, I think you can appreciate it. So I'm gonna just add some mascara and we will come back together, but the look is coming together. Okay, I'm gonna use a Wayne Gosh brush with a Wayne Gosh blush. This is Vivid Azalea, and I'm purposely like being light-handed with this because it is actually very pigmented. But I am also somebody who loves blush, so I don't mind if having bold cheeks. This brush is so soft. It is so soft and it applies blush beautifully. I am loving this, both the brush and the blush. How gorgeous is that? And next, I'm actually going to use a highlighter. You know what? Let me even initially just kind of go gentle with this. I'm just going to tap and just put just a little bit. I don't want to put too much. We got a lot going on the cheeks. But this just has a beautiful iridescence. That is beautiful. And it pairs well with the blush, actually. So it's not a stark white as you know might worry, especially if you're my skin tone. It actually works beautifully. It's a beautiful iridescence that just works well with the blush. And since it is a party, we're also gonna go bold and fun with the lipstick. This is one of the new Dior liquid lipsticks. It is this beautiful color. It's like a purplish pink, like a fuchsia. What's beautiful about it, is not only is it just a beautiful color, especially for the holidays, but this liquid lipstick, if you give it 5 minutes, it will dry down and will be transfer proof. But what's also beautiful is that once I purse my lips together, there will be sparkles. It is gonna look beautiful. And sorry, I keep looking to the side. I'm getting used to using this camera. So I keep looking at the face finder that comes with it. I'm getting used to it because I'm so used to normally using my cell phone. So sorry, I'm gonna get better at this, I promise. Be right back in 5 minutes. All right, so here's the final look. Let's check out these. First of all, these are the lipstick before I put my lips together. Okay, here we go. I don't know if you can appreciate the sparkle. It might be subtle in the lighting, but it's just a nice little festive touch. So here is the final look. I think I am holiday ready. So I'm heading out. I'll show you some pictures. But anyway, we will get back together and I'll tell you what I think about both holiday quads. But yeah, I think this is great for the holiday season. All right, so let's have a little fun and this time use both holiday kits on the eyes. Now this time I'm actually gonna first prime my lid with the Suqqu Tone Touch Eyes 113. I wanna add this deep brown base just because the one concern I've been having, particularly with the purple quad, is, you know, this shade I was really excited for, but the problem is it's actually not as pigmented as I would like. As you can see, you know, it's really not, I would like to have some more depth. It comes off very sheer on my skin tone. So what we will first do is put this as the base all over the eyes. So it works both as just a primer, but in this case I want the deep brown to have a deep base so that the purple hopefully should shine through more than otherwise. All right, let's try the purple. All right, so let's go into the purple. I'm gonna go on the outer edge. Yeah, see now I feel like the purple is popping more and just applying better now that I have that brown base. So I think especially if you're my skin tone, you know, for a fair skin tone, it might not be as big of a deal, but now the purple is really shining through. Let me actually, I just realized I should turn on the light so that you can appreciate this better. Give me a second. Okay, so now I think you can appreciate the purple so much better. So adding the brown base really made a difference. If you've seen any of my other demos, and we'll talk about it more, when I didn't use a base like this, the purple did not come through like it's coming through now. I'm finally getting it to be at the opacity that I was always hoping for. That is beautiful. It's applying beautifully. But for fun, because I want to use both palettes, I'm going to use the blue. Now the blue wasn't as big of an issue for me that I needed the base, but we'll see how that pans out too. But still, it does help to enhance it. So, you know, I think the blue, it was pigmented enough on its own and it gave it a very ethereal look. This time, obviously, we're not going particularly ethereal, but I want to have fun with this look. You know, I did a more like Winter Wonderland kind of look. But if you want the intensity of the blue, as you can see, putting that black base, the dark brown base made all the difference. Wow. This look, you know, we always talk about Suqqu not being as pigmented, for better or worse, compared to shadows that we're kind of used to here in the West. If you want to transform your Suqqu shadows into much more pigmented eye look, a more bold eye look, well, there you go. Add a deeper base and wow. Wow, I mean, to see Suqqu shine like this, to be pigmented like this, who knew Suqqu could do this? Okay, I'm gonna go into the silver, the gunmetal silver, and do that on the lower lash line. Oh, gotta lower my eye, excuse that. Here we go on the lower lash line. Wow, what a look. Wow, it's giving me a better appreciation for Suqqu. Knowing that I can create a soft look, but I can actually still create a bold look with Suqqu. All right, and I'm going in here again, the lighter silver, just to add a little bit more sparkle in the inner corner. Oh my God. You know, I was already loving this palette, but this is making me love the palette even more, that I can create this look with the palette. Oh, wow, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm gonna put some liner, mascara, and then we'll come back. Okay, so I just added some mascara. I did not use the liquid eyeliners just because this is already such a bold look that I just didn't feel it was necessary. I started to put blush. I was using my Valentino, it's called Fairy Night, the number 11, the deepest shade. I was using it more here at the, you know, kind of almost like contour-like on the cheeks, but I thought I will bring out Suqqu, the new blush that I have, 144. I figure I'll just put it just on the apples of the cheek. I love to do blush combinations and draping. So I like to do a brighter a brighter blush on the apples of the cheek and then a darker one, almost kind of like in a contour kind of a fashion. So I've been loving this blush. I don't know if you can appreciate it, but it is actually a really pretty blush, and it does show well on my skin tone, and it's really pretty. It is really pretty. I've been actually really liking this blush. I love blush, so some people might consider this going a little heavy, but what can I say? If you want to see the highlighter side, it's complementary. It's not gonna be, it's deeper, it's complementary to the blush. It's not super light, so it's not gonna like be blinding or anything like that. But it works well with the blush. There's the blush. By the way, foundation wise, I do have the Suqqu cream blush on. I love it, especially if you have dry skin. If it's winter time, it is actually a really great blush to wear. I'm gonna put on some lipstick and I'll show you the final look. All right, here's the final look. I decided to use a Chanel liquid lipstick in the shade, I think it's called Mystic Plum. Metallic plum. I haven't used this in a while, but I thought it went well with my sweater and the look today. But here is the final look, and I'm actually really loving the fact that I was actually able to create a bold eye look with Suqqu, because when we think of Suqqu, we don't think of bold, and you know, we know they can do soft eye looks fabulously, but did you know it could do something like this? All right, we'll come back together. I'll give you my final thoughts on both kits, and we will go from there. See you in a minute. Okay, I hope you found all those videos and pics helpful. So let me tell you what I honestly think of the collection. Before I actually get to the holiday collection, let me just come back to the blush real quick and just give you my thoughts on this. Love this blush. Love it. So this is a blush definitely on my skin tone that does show up well on me. It is gorgeous. The highlighter's not bad. You know, the highlighter is on the deeper side. Even kind of for me, like I can pull it off. You know, those who are fair skin tones, you know, I don't know if this as a highlighter, if it's going to be too deep, but you could probably mix it together. I don't know, but they do pair well together. But it's not going to be blinding, but it's actually beautiful on me. So it actually does show up well on me. So you can see the highlighter, and then I have the blush just in the apples of the cheek in this look. I did use another Valentino blush to kind of drape over here. But if you're looking focus in the front, this blush is on my apples of the cheek, and I do have the highlighter on, and it is gorgeous. It is beautiful on my skin tone. It applies well, pigmented. So no question about this. This is a winner. So number 144, highly recommend. Okay, so let's talk about quad 132. So this is in the Hoshiyaru kit. I actually left my dirty swatches from earlier, and I just want to get deep in there. Let me take the purple, because you know, when I got this quad, obviously what I was most excited for, I was excited for all of them, but the purple, obviously that is the prominent color in this quad. Of course, I was most excited for this one. I will tell you, initially I was quite disappointed with this one. Just for my taste, I'm gonna, just so you can get a better idea, it's not that pigmented, on my skin tone at least. I can only obviously come from my perspective. Those are fair skin tones, this probably shows up really well, and probably those of fair skin tone don't want it to be too pigmented, because you know, you don't want it to come off looking muddy and things like that. But on my medium deep brown skin tone, you know, purples work really well on my skin tone, and we need it to be pigmented. It comes off like a wash. It's actually not as pigmented as I was hoping, and I know it's Suqqu. Trust me, I have a decent sized Suqqu collection, so I understand the aesthetic of Suqqu, but I was still kind of disappointed by this. You know, it just, the application wasn't the greatest, the pigmentation wasn't the greatest on its own. when I was pairing it with the other shadows. I did create a look where I had an all purple look, and I was able to actually, you know, I worked hard and I was able to build it up, and I was able to come up with a decent purple eye look, but I had to work to build this up. So don't even be deceived, because even this swatch makes it look better than what it is, because when you start to apply it, it comes out more looking like this rather than like this, and you have to work hard to get it to look like this. And I understand difference between Western and Eastern standards, but you know, that's my feelings on it. And then this is coming from somebody who loves Suqqu. But as you saw from the demo from this one, I came up with the ideas because I wanted to make this work, because you know I love Suqqu so much. So I said, wait a second, I have the Suqqu Tone Touch eyes, and that deep brown, maybe if I gave a brown deep base to it, then it'd show up. It worked. It worked. So as you saw in the demo, so I applied that on lid, I put that on top, and then instead of it coming looking like this, it looked like this, which is what we wanted. And just to look deep again, like look at how beautiful this purple look is coming out so beautifully because I use that tone touch. And even the blue, which we're gonna get to, but even the blue, you know, came out looking even more pigmented using it. So I was actually able to create a bold look, which when we think of Suqqu, you know, and even if you look at my other looks, they're soft, they're ethereal, and you know, and that's nice, and that's why we love Suqqu. But it is kind of nice that sometimes we can have some fun and create a more bolder look. So I was really happy that I was able to create this look by using their Tone Touch. So it's like a great eye primer and base. So just something to consider if you're disappointed by the purple shade, and particularly if you are of my skin tone. If you have the Tone Touch or any just deeper eyeshadow base, and then you put that on top, then you will get the true essence and beauty and pigmentation of the shade. The gold actually has a decent amount of pigmentation that even this one without a base actually shows up well. And I know I pigmented there, but it really does show up well even without a base. Not to say it's the most pigmented, but that's a level of pigmentation that I was just hoping the purple would have. I know it's not going to be Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona, but there was still a difference between the level the gold gave versus the purple. Like this is, you know, a topper shade, so I recognize like this is not going to be super pigmented, and I was okay with that. It's a topper shade. I created an like everyday eye look where I actually just put the topper shade just on the lid, and it was pretty for what I wanted it to be. I used the purple all in my crease, and it was a very soft wash. It was fine for the look. So if you're wanting a soft wash, you can take this purple and have a soft wash. But if you want it, the purple to really show, then you have to have a pigmented base. This silver is pretty good. So all in all, not a bad quad. I was initially disappointed with the purple, but I was able to make it work. So just giving a heads up, no matter how pigmented this purple looks in the pan, on the eyes, if you're my skin tone, that it's not going to show up quite like this. And the other thing about this quad was the liner. This line, because I am someone who loves colored eyeliner. If you know me, I love colored eyeliner. This eyeliner color, it on my skin tone doesn't pop that much. I'm going to just do one swipe. And so you have to be careful, especially let's say you decide to put the purple all over lid. This is not really going to pop up that much. You know, I made sure when I used it to use it with the gold to try to get it to pop up. But it's not that bold of a liner. Now, as you can kind of see almost from here, what you can do though is you can put layer upon layer upon layer to try to build up the pigmentation. So you can, you know, get a little bit more pigmentation if you just, you know, I would just do a line and put a line over that, and I would just build it up till I got it to a level that I was okay with. And so if you do, when I was doing that soft look where I just put the topper shade in, then it allowed the liner to show through on its own. But if you do put a saturated eyeshadow on the lid, then this is not necessarily going to shine so bright. So just giving you a heads up, I'm not mad, but I will say, like, yeah, the purple liner and the purple eyeshadow, I was hoping for some more oomph to the purple, and I didn't quite get that. You know, I'm okay with it, but it wasn't quite what I wanted. Now let's talk about the blue quad, Vika. Okay, Vika, between the two, honestly, this is my favorite. And I know I am partial to blue. I will tell you blue is my favorite color, but purple is a close second. So that's why, like, trust me, my main, if you know me, the main three shadows, color shades that I love to use is blue, purple, and green. And then after that, it is probably silver, gray. So all of these are my kind of color stories. But the blue, I absolutely love this quad. So this one, once again, I know, I set my expectations. I know with Suqqu, it's not going to be, once again, Pavagat and Natasha Denola level pigmentation. But this blue did still show up much better than the purple. Now, with this eye look, it did get even more saturated using the brown base. So once again, same like with the purple. But whereas almost I felt almost like necessary for the purple, with the blue, even on its own, was still gorgeous. I thought the color story that I came up with this quad was just so, it's just, this, when you think of winter, this is it. Like, you pair just these two alone, I'm done. Like, okay. And then this one, love this one. You put this sparkly one, and then you put these two on the lid, that one's in a corner, done. You have me. This pink one, not that bad. You know, but what really makes a quad for me is these three shades. It applied beautifully. It was ethereal. I had no issues. So this palette I love. So between the two, that's the one that I would say definitely go for. Now, also when we talk about the liner, I prefer this liner over the purple as well, because this one shows up so much more. So it just, you know, this one, the blue just pops more, you know. So yes, this one's blue gray, the other one's purple gray, but this blue, this was, you could see more of the blue. It pops. So when I use it with the look, and same thing, yes, you can build it. I understand. And once again, it's Suqqu, so it's not super pigmented, because I tend to use normally super pigmented eyeliners. I love to have a deep blue, deep green, deep purple liner, and this is not it. This is light, but it still has just enough pigmentation so that it still pops. So it's a soft color on the eyes, but there was still enough color on it that it popped on my skin tone. But with the purple one, I felt like I have to work hard to make it pop on my skin tone, which is a shame. But the blue one, I didn't have to work so hard. So if you are my skin tone, I just, you know, my preference is the blue quad Vika, just because I just feel the stars, which is the liner, and the blue shade, you know, pop up more. Where the purple, you have to work harder. So that's my honest opinion of the two. As always, I have no regrets. I'm happy to have both. I figured out how to make this purple work. But yeah, you know, I know the stuff isn't cheap, so if you can only, you know, afford to get one, me personally, I go with the blue. But at the same time, I know people have different color preferences. You might, and especially if you prefer the warmer gold rather than the icy silvers, I totally get that. So I just recommend, if you're my skin tone, if you're going with the purple, just have a base underneath. But yeah, this is, you know, beautiful wintertime holiday kits. You know, I see their vision and where they were going with it, and I just think they were both beautiful. So yeah, you know, this is a nice way to kind of, you know, as we're ending the year, to end with those two eyeshadow quads. So since we're ending the year soon, you know, we got to start talking about, you know, looking back at all the purchases I've made and my favorites and so forth. So we'll see if I'll be able to do it at the end of the year, or it might be early in January, but I will let you know all my faves and not so faves in every category of makeup. please be following me on Instagram, because if you are, you already know everything ahead of time. You know I always post there. I'm the most active there. So you follow me there. I already just put up a declutter post on my Instagram, and favorites will come soon enough. And then, you know, we'll see what comes next into my collection that I'll show to you guys. But I wish you guys happy holidays, happy new year. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.